日本時間10月25日から始まるドジャース対ブルージェイズとのワールドシリーズ。ロサンゼルスの地元放送局では待ちきれない現地ファンの様子を伝えていました。また、米番組リッチアイゼンショーでは NFL の元スターで MLB でもプレーをし、アメフトと野球の二刀流選手だったディオン・サンダース氏が先日の大谷選手の圧巻のパフォーマンスについて、もう試合中に MVP のトロフィーを渡しちゃえよと記者を笑わすコメントをしたことについて言及しました。さらに米メディア CBS スポーツでは大谷対策について語る場面も。ここからはその様子を字幕付きでご紹介します。
Let's go. We are 49 hours out from Game 1 of the World Series, and the Dodgers left for Toronto this afternoon.
And fans are hoping they keep winning this postseason, of course. Eyewitness News reporter Tim Caputo is live at Dodger Stadium with more on that. Hey, Tim.
Good afternoon, guys. Obviously, there's no place like home right here at Dodger Stadium, but the Dodgers, they have been perfectly fine on the road. In fact, they've been perfect on the road. 4-0 this postseason. As we speak, they are in the air on their way to Toronto, hoping that road streak continues where they keep winning games away from the ballpark here. And if they do, they have a chance to come back on Monday and clinch the World Series here at Dodger Stadium, something they haven't done since 1963. Boombox in hand as they load onto team buses at Dodger Stadium, the boys in blue are bringing the base hits to Toronto ahead of Friday's Game 1 of the World Series. The team boarded a charter flight right around 2 this afternoon, headed to Canada to take on the Blue Jays. In Pasadena, fans like Javier Chavez making room in their closet for more Dodgers gear.
Usually I have my postseason hat, but I came in to get the World Series one before I go to work.
And Chavez also leaving room on his arm for hopefully his third World Series tattoo.
Got to figure out where to go, but it will go back to back, so that will be a different one. He'll say back to back right here.
Just days ahead of the Fall Classic, the World Series official gear has hit the shelves, and fans are grabbing it as soon as it's unboxed.
For my son.
Okay.
So he's home. We called him, see what size he was, so we're back to get him his size. So before they run out.
You might think back-to-back World Series appearances would be old hat for Dodgers faithful, but fans say it's just as fun this time around.
No, I think it's still the same excitement. I mean, last year was different. It was New York, so that was that was one in a lifetime, I think.
Yeah.
Or two in mine. But yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be about the same. The excitement's going to be the same.
As fans look forward to Friday, they're also stopping to reflect today on the one-year anniversary of Fernando Valenzuela's death. A memorial outside the mural of El Toro grew even larger today in his honor. The team took off to Toronto, diehards still waiting here in Los Angeles, hoping this undefeated October on the road continues for at least 2 more games.
They're a juggernaut. I believe that, but it's baseball. Anything can happen. I still believe in my Dodgers, though.
There was a lot of confidence for the Dodgers, but baseball, as you know, is full of a lot of stats. So let me throw one at you that might be interesting heading into this series. Only 4 times in history as a team that swept to get to the World Series. The Dodgers, in this case, faced a team that went to a Game 7 to get to the World Series, Toronto in this case. And each of the 4 times it's happened, the team that went to Game 7 went on to win the World Series. Seemingly would favor the Toronto Blue Jays in this case. But listen, the Dodgers have had a week off. Toronto's been fighting for their lives for 4 or 5 days. So that team could be fatigued or they could be fired up. We'll have to wait and see. We're live outside Dodger Stadium. Tim Caputo, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
We don't like that stat.
But we also have the pitchers, too. So
The Dodgers did it in '88, though, so who knows?
Yeah, you know.
Less than 48 hours until the World Series kicks off in Toronto, and the boys in blue are on their way. Fans are gearing up to cheer them on from L.A., including a local family spreading the excitement across the city.
KTLA's Annie Rose Ramos is live at the Fernando Valenzuela mural in Boyle Heights, where fans are gathering and dancing to honor the late Dodger legend ahead of the World Series. Annie Rose, work it out.
Oh, come on, guys. Come on, guys. I think you need to come out here and join us because we are not just remembering number 34, the great Fernando Valenzuela. We are celebrating him. We are celebrating his life. We are here with a group that made this little memorial just last night in honor of today, the anniversary of his death. And I'm here with Robert Vargas because you are the muralist behind this beautiful painting here on First Street in Boyle Heights. Talk about who Fernando Valenzuela means to this community.
Fernando Valenzuela is not only an icon, a hero, but a father, a husband, someone that we could look up to not only on the field but also the person.
Yeah. I think you stood also for, you were saying, you know, a lot of Latinos that he's someone who could.
Yeah, he showed us what was possible. An immigrant who came to this came to this country and did amazing things and really gave us permission to and acceptance to be able to kind of go to Dodger Stadium and hope for something better. And I wonder what he would say today, but he is in our hearts, and his spirit is alive and well here in Boyle Heights.
Absolutely. As we gear up for this Friday, the first game in the World Series, here's how some other Angelinos are celebrating and gearing up.
As Los Angeles starts gearing up for the World Series, don't be surprised if you see this tiny truck.
Be gentle, bro. We have bass in here.
Driving around Dodger Stadium.
We're doing a public service for the Dodgers and hyping up everyone in Echo Park.
It belongs to the Martinez family.
Yeah, it's definitely a one-of-a-kind experience, you know, being in Echo Park, having the only K-truck around.
The K-truck, originally from Japan, the family importing it from there all the way to California.
This is our tribute to Ohtani.
It's kind of the equivalent of the American pickup. This is the Japanese working class. It's a reliable truck.
You know, with Shohei Ohtani, Yamamoto here, like, there's a lot of Japanese culture here, and we want to, respect that.
For Tommy, he's grown up going to the Dodger games with his parents, but this truck becoming a special project for him and his father.
It's something we're both passionate about, and it's a joy to work on.
It's awesome because I get to do it with my dad, and yeah.
Now, with the World Series just days away,
it's super exciting, to have the Dodgers going to the World Series and being in the neighborhood of the Dodgers.
The family taking matters into their own hands and hyping up their very own hood.
We get all the fans riled up. They're happy. They're cheering us on. They're partying the waves for us.
There's a decent sound system in there. It's just funny because you can hear it far away.
Sarah, Micah, I love you both, but I got to get back to dancing, so bye.
Oh, my goodness. They got it going.
Dancing all day.
All day.
In the truck.
Yeah.
In Boyle Heights.
Keep it going, Eddie Rose.
If the Blue Jays are going to beat the Dodgers, stopping Shohei Ohtani will be key, except they got to figure out how to do it pitching to him and facing him right as a batter. After all, Shohei just unleashed the greatest game ever in Game 4 of the NLCS, striking out 10 and belting 3 home runs to send LA to the World Series for the second straight year. Time now to bring in former MLB first-round pick Lewis Brinson. And Lewis, it's so rare that we have to break down out-executing a baseball player both as a pitcher and as a hitter, but that's why Shohei got that $700 million deal. First, let's analyze what did the Jays have to do to neutralize him as a hitter? Because Ohtani had gone cold at the plate before that historic Game 4 performance, just 4 for 33 during an 8-game span. What's the game plan for Toronto's pitchers to make sure they see that version of him and not the NLCS MVP?
Yeah, well, first and foremost, I need everybody in the Blue Jays pitching staff to sit around and pray because they're going to need a higher power against Ohtani. We saw he is back. He's locked in. He's back to MVP Ohtani at the plate. But if you are going to have any sort of chance, you do need to neutralize Ohtani's ability to get his hands extended. You're going to have to go up and in. You're going to have to send a message. You're going to have to make him move his feet. You're going to have to make him uncomfortable in there because right now, again, as we saw, he is very, very comfortable in that box with those 3 homers. So fastballs up and in. And I want to highlight righty sweepers. Obviously, the Jays have 4 righties in their rotation. So righty sweepers do give him some sort of a problem. You do see them. They do need to be well located, but he does hit 233, 488 slug percentage against sweepers, 39% whiff rate on them, 32% K rate on them. But again, they do need to be well located because he does have a 59% hard hit rate against sweepers. So if anything the Blue Jays can do, they do need to incorporate some sweepers. You do have some guys with some good split fingers in there, and your Savage and Gosman. He hits those pretty well. So again, those need to be well located. But again, got to neutralize him in. You got to keep him from getting those hands extended. So pitch him inside.
All right, yeah, you want him to leak those hips, as you said
Yes.
earlier on our
leak those
pregame.
hips.
Yeah. All right, now George Springer, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and company, you know they're thirsty to beat up on Ohtani as a pitcher. They'll see him either Game 3 or 4 of this series once we head to L.A. And Ohtani has struck out 19 batters, allowing 3 runs over 12 innings this postseason. So how, in your eyes, do they find some weaknesses in his arsenal?
Right. Ohtani's got 7 different pitches, right? So you're going to need to pick one. You're going to need to have a good approach against Ohtani and stick with it. A part of being a good hitter and a part of hitting a guy with this many pitches is being able to trust and look for one pitch. You got to eliminate some pitches here. You can't look for all 7 or he's going to have you in knots up there. So one thing is Ohtani's got an electric fastball, right? 100, 101 at times, but sits around 99. He's going to need to spot this fastball like he is in this video right here. You see 100 top of the zone right here. You see right here 100 inside corner. That is tough to get to as a lefty. Another one top of the zone, 99. And another one, top of the zone, up and away, 100 miles an hour. Again, best hitter in the planet. His former teammate, Mike Trout, 101 on the outside corner. Good luck. So, again, another thing they're going to have to do, the Blue Jays hitters, they're going to have to make him throw a lot of pitches. Ohtani, last outing, 100 pitches through 6 innings. That's a lot of pitches, a lot of 3-2 counts. So, again, Blue Jays hitters do not strike out a lot. So, again, Ohtani's going to need to be in the strike zone because these guys ain't going to chase. So another thing that also would help me as a hitter against a guy like Ohtani, those guys in the dugout need to be paying attention to whatever, if there's a righty at the plate, George Springer leading off the game, make sure you're paying attention to how Ohtani pitches George Springer. All the righties in the lineup, let's see how he pitches them. Lefties, Nathan Lucas going to be the first lefty up. Make sure all those lefties, Addison Barger, Jimenez, Barcho, paying attention to how he pitches those guys and get a better idea of what the game plan is against you guys. So, but again, Ohtani is back. He's going to be fighting on both sides of the ball here. So, I mean, the Blue Jays hitters got a good test cut out for him, but I think they're up for the challenge.
All right, now Ohtani is the heavy favorite to win the World Series MVP, and it's understandable given how he finished off the NLCS. How much do the Dodgers need out of him in order to win this series and repeat as champions?
They're going to need MVP on both sides, right? They're going to need MVP Ohtani at the plate, and they're going to need Cy Young, $700 million man on the mound. I mean, the Blue Jays hitters are not going to fall for the same tricks that the Brewers hitter did. I think the Brewers ran into a little bit of more experience on the Dodgers side. The Blue Jays offense, defense, and pitching staff is a little bit, I think this matchup matches up with the Dodgers a little bit more. Another thing to note, the Dodgers did not blow out the Brewers by any means in the NLCS. Game 1, I want to take you back. Game 1 was 2-1. Game 2 was 5-1. Game 3 was 3-1. And Game 4 was 5-1. So it's not like they put on an offensive clinic against the Brewers. This Blue Jay offense, as we have seen, can put up some runs. So Ohtani is going to need to be the table setter for these guys. He's going to need to get on base. He's going to need to work some walks and be able to keep the line moving for Mookie, Freddie, and Will, Teoscar, all those guys down the rest of that lineup. But they're going to need every bit of MVP Ohtani if they want to keep up with this Blue Jay offense and this Blue Jay team.
Yeah, now if they don't, they just have Mookie Betts, right, and Freddie Freeman, 2 MVPs, So no big deal.
I already owned up to one of my worst takes of all time, which is don't trade for Giannis. I said that he shouldn't trade for Giannis. Don't break up your team that just lost in the bubble. It went all that way to lose to the Lakers in the NBA Finals bubble. Oh, boy. That hasn't aged well for years. At least Chris Brockman had a take in London that aged poorly for about 10 hours.
The jacket?
Oh. You know what I'm talking about.
It wasn't even a take. The jacket was nice.
What's Ohtani done? Huh?
I was right at the time. He was hitting 150 in the playoffs.
That's Ohtani done.
I mean, I did say, look, he's 1 for 20. It was accurate when I said it.
How many hours between that opinion and his Game 4 start?
It wasn't an opinion. It was statistically factual.
What's he done in the playoffs? And I pointed out, well, he led off Game 3 with a triple and scored the first run of Game 3.
He was hitting 156 or something.
And then the greatest
game of me
playoff performance of all time.
It was amazing.
And kudos, by the way, to I don't know who in the Colorado Buffalo media decided to ask Dion about this stroke of brilliance.
Yes.
Because there's only one college football head coach who almost was the World Series MVP when he played in it.
That's true.
And it's the guy who was asked about Ohtani at his press conference.
We asked you last year about Shohei Ohtani going 50-50, right?
Oh, my God.
And the other night...
I just saw him hit a bomb the other night, right?
Well, he went through 6 innings, struck out 10, and then hit 3 home runs in the same game.
That is ridiculous, man. He did what?
6 innings, struck out 10, and then went 3 for 3 at the plate and hit 3 home runs in a closeout game.
Can they just hand him the MVP during the game?
I was going to ask you if you think that's the best individual performance, maybe not just in baseball, but for a single game in sports history.
Yeah, because he's doing something that's unfathomable. I'm not going to say sports history because I can't recant everything that has transpired in sports history. I've seen some wonderful tennis matches. I don't really watch golf, but I've seen some wonderful things that has transpired in sports that it's hard for me to say that, but that is unbelievable, man.
By the way, they did not hand him the MVP trophy during the game, but they did after.
Yeah.
They did after.
First of all, Dion's jacket was I mean, I'll give you what you want. I mean, doing the World Series.
Do it. Okay. Do it in the World Series, he says. Do it in the World Series, he says. Okay.
Rich, that's one of those things, though, at that moment, you'll never forget where you were. Like, for me, Brockman and Feller, we're all in my hotel room in London. It's 3 a.m.
Yeah.
We're watching on my laptop, and we're just sitting around. There was some weird British show on we were watching, and we were watching the game at the same time. So I think we started paying attention at the bottom of the first. So he got the 3rd strikeout. Yeah. Then he comes up, and then he hits the home run. And I was like, he had a strikeout and a home run. Like, has anyone done that? And Brockman went on Twitter, and what did you write? Right after the 2nd home run, you put, he has a chance to have the best night. Oh, best night in sports history. Well, I said it too, and before the first home run, I remember thinking he's going to hit a home run. I didn't say it out loud. Wish I had. And then Smitch texted me, like, are you watching this Dodger game? Like, yeah, it's 3 a.m. I'm leaving for the airport in an hour.
Yeah.
So when he hit the bomb, Feller and Brockman were looking at their phone, and I screamed.
Well, when he hit the bomb, he had just struck out the side.
Yeah.
It's amazing. He walked in the half inning before. He walked the leadoff guy, stranded him by striking out the rest of the side, and then stepping to home plate and parking one into the parking lot.
Insane.
いかがでしたでしょうか。このチャンネルでは日本人メジャーリーガーなどを中心に野球情報をお届けしています。この動画が良かったら高評価、チャンネル登録をよろしくお願いいたします。今回も最後までご覧いただきありがとうございました。それではまた次の動画でお会いしましょう。